Hey, what's up? It's your boy RJ from Cecilia, your brother. Just want to thank you guys for watching this episode, and please remember, like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out. Hey, what's up, guys? Once again, it's Cecilia, your brother. I'm your host, RJ.
I'm your boy JQ. What it do, my guys?
And man, we're gonna talk about this NFL draft. Now, we may be a little late on the draft, but
as always, we can always give our opinion.
Yes.
Yeah,
We still gonna talk about it.
Yes, sir.
Like Kanye, I'm still gonna talk.
Yeah. So let's get into it, man. Let's talk about the quarterbacks in the draft. The first overall pick, Trevor Lawrence.
To the
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville Jaguar. We'll see Tim Tebow, we know, ripping Achilles because he's too old to play in the league. But whatever. Maybe he'll play good. I don't think so.
That's a whole nother story because he don't deserve to be in the league. But Trevor Lawrence, he's going to be under the coaching of Urban Myers. Jacksonville drafted a lot of quarterbacks here recently in high picks. Jay, what you think about his overall potential to boost Jacksonville to the next level into a playoff team?
Well, Trevor Lawrence is an extremely talented quarterback.
Yeah,
I didn't realize how big of a guy he was until I saw him.
He's tall
on draft day. He is huge. Yeah. So that kind of reminds me like a Big Ben type quarterback. I don't think he's not going to be a quarterback that's going to be easily sacked.
Yes, and you know what? He actually fast. He run a 4.5.
Yeah,
to be 6'6" and run a 4.5 is like rare.
That's impressive.
Yeah,
I think that's impressive.
Yeah.
I think that it's going to take more than just him.
Yes, agreed.
To make Jacksonville back, put Jacksonville back in playoff potential. We look at over the years of what they have done. It used to be a highly competitive team.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. They had a great defense back in the day.
Oh yeah.
They had Ramsey. They had what's his name? Camel. That big defensive lineman. But the thing is the team is really a shell of themselves right now. So they are rebuilding mode. It's not the same defense. It's not the same offense with Leonard Fournette and that big old line. So it's yet to be seen. I hope good things for him because I really like Lawrence. So let's move on to the second pick. The second quarterback overall. It was Zach Wilson with the Jets. Okay. Really, he's from BYU. He didn't have, let's say, the college career that Trevor Lawrence had or Justin Fields had, but he did have potential to, I guess, be an NFL quarterback. And some put him as the best quarterback available in the draft overall. Do you think the Jets kind of blew this pick with Jets being the Jets, or do you think they got a secret that nobody else knows in the league?
Every team got a secret that no one else is supposed to know.
Yeah.
They got the master plan to success. I don't ever remember the Jets being good. To be honest with you.
Well, you had the one when they beat the Baltimore Colts, and then they was kind of good in the '90s with what's his name, Keyshawn Johnson, and all those things like that.
See how hard you had to think about that? Yeah. That's how you know. I'm sorry. I'm doing my Obama handshake. I'm sorry, New York, but the Jets are never gonna be good again.
Well, let me ask you this. What do they need to at least be a competitive team?
More than just a quarterback. New York is a hard place to play football.
Yes.
Or any sport.
Yes, it is.
You know what I'm saying? If we look at the Giants and the Jets, no team is really better than the other team, right?
No.
There's no they're basically, in
Even-
my opinion, they're the same team.
Even when the New York Giants won those Super Bowls, you could arguably say the Jets and them were equally at that time. It's just that the Giants got on a super hot roll in the playoffs, which led to a Super Bowl championship with Eli. But Jets, for me, they did draft another offensive lineman. For me, it's like you can't have a coaching carousel. You know what I mean? You got to have one system. You got to have a culture. To build a culture, you can't have different coaches, different leaders every year changing the culture. You know what I mean? You got to have
teams have.
You got to have consistency. You look at the Patriots. You look at the Buccaneers. You see what I'm saying? Kansas City. They had coaches that been there for their 10 years, at least 5 years or more.
Well, you know, we live in an era of football now where coaches get fired left and right.
Yes.
Look at Freddie Kitchens. You know, as soon as you know, like Freddie Kitchens was supposed to come in and turn the Browns around, the Browns were going to be this amazing team, right?
Yes.
Freddie Kitchens was not the right coach for that team. The players did not like Freddie Kitchens.
See, and that's another thing. Back in the day, the team wasn't player central; it was coach central. So they believe in a system that a coach bring in, and then the coach gets a shot for his players. But now, the organization pander more to the players instead of the coach. So they're trying to pick a coach that fit the players instead of players that fit the coach. So that being said, it's like it's a lot of
in the NFL. There is no room for old school coaches in the NFL.
It's not.
Every wide receiver is a diva.
Yes.
They catch a few good passes, and now, you know, they get some attention. Now they're superstars.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's ultimately
Juju Smith-Schuster.
And that's ultimately the downfall of a lot of talented wide receivers. You can look at Brown. You know,
Antonio Brown.
Antonio Brown's a classic example of a diva
who fit
wide
the
receiver.
system. He fit the Steelers system, but no. But let's keep on topic. We got a surprise pick at 3. Trey Lance for 49ers. They could have went with Justin Fields. They could have went with Mac Jones. They could have went with a lot of people. This man only threw, I think, 300 balls in college. Not a lot of body of work. To pick him number 3.
He is, to me, look at Trey Lance and you look at Garoppolo, it's a lot of similarities to both of those quarterbacks.
Well, Trey Lance is more accurate.
Trey Lance is more accurate, but at the same time, I can't really say that about Garoppolo because when does Garoppolo throw the ball?
Yeah.
In that offensive scheme, when they made that run to the Super Bowl, they were a run-first team.
That was a very run-heavy team.
And they ran well. I can't get mad at them. They had two-back system, and they ran the ball extremely. They were the number one offense with running, right?
Yes, they was the number one running offense in the league.
Crazy. They were tearing up defensive lines and secondaries by running the ball.
It was a hell. Like they offensive line was hell on wheels.
Oh yeah. So I mean, like, and if you look at them during that Super Bowl run, and then them after that, terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Yeah. A lot of changes to like the line, and then it's like when they got to that Super Bowl, well, I got to have a quarterback actually be the quarterback.
Yeah.
And then if his passing rating and how many passes he's actually thrown is far less than like the worst team in the NFL, or even close to that, you know, maybe it's like a couple hundred passes above that. It's like, well, how many reps does this guy actually get when you hand off the ball?
And you know, the one thing that everybody say, the best friend of a rookie, not offensive lineman, but a rookie quarterback is a great defense. And that's what the 49ers got. They got a stout defense. So they can cover up some of those mistakes. They can cover up. They can get the ball back if he throw it away. They allow Trey to just get his feet wet, to get to be the potential quarterback that he could be. Now, one thing I will say is it's a benefit from sitting behind a veteran quarterback. You look at Aaron Rodgers, you look at Patty Mahomes. It's a benefit for that because you get to experience the game speed without kind of showing your rookie mistakes.
Now, I love Jimmy G. I love Jimmy G, but he's not the best quarterback to sit behind. If I'm a rookie,
yes,
I mean he's gonna have a lot of knowledge of the game and a lot of knowledge of the system that the 49ers are actually running.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you get drafted, you don't have a choice of what team you really go to.
Yeah, you really don't. You really don't.
But it's like
unless you're Eli Manning.
But it's like, if I'm a rookie quarterback, do I want to sit behind Jimmy G, or would I rather sit behind like a TB? Because like Aaron Rodgers sat behind Brett Favre.
Yeah,
it's like one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
But you got to also think about Patty Mahomes sat behind Alex Smith.
He did, but like Patty Mahomes is a once in generational talent, though.
But see, here's the thing. This is the benefit of that. Even if Jimmy G is not like a prolific quarterback, he know how to manage the game enough to get them to a Super Bowl. He just didn't have the talent to win them.
I don't think he managed the game enough. I think they just ran the ball a lot.
Well, I mean, you could say it, but he at least he got the plays. Managing the offense as a quarterback is supposed to be
how many plays do you think that he actually called versus him getting the play in the helmet?
Well, the managing the offense is more being on time, not getting the penalties, not throwing unnecessary interceptions. Even though he did that in the Super Bowl, but it's those things like switching the plays out the line. That's more advanced.
But see what you saying when you said being on time and not getting penalties and getting the boys up to the line. I mean, that boys do that in college.
Exactly.
Exactly. And I know the transition from college to NFL is drastically different. The game speed is drastically different. But I'm just like, Lance can do that now. You know what I mean? I think it's more of a chemistry thing.
Yeah.
Than I think it's like a management thing. Because a lot of times, a lot of these veteran quarterbacks, they don't have to say anything to their linemen or anything to the wide receiver. When it's hurry up time, get to the line, he ain't got to say, come on guys. They just know, get your ass on the line. Let's go.
It's yes and no. I think we're going to have to agree to disagree on that one because managing the game is a skill. I'm
not saying it ain't a skill.
And
there's quarterbacks that do it better than other quarterbacks.
Yeah.
But I'm just not going to be like, oh, Jimmy G is so advanced at managing the game. He didn't really do shit.
What he could provide is to manage that first year and then have the offensive, the quarterback coach really work on the mechanics of Trey. And then,
but the thing is, like, they're going to do that anyway. They don't need Jimmy G to tell them to do that. Jimmy G is the quarterback of the future for the 49ers.
I agree with that, but what I'm saying is Jimmy G is not going to, like, coach him. The actual coach is going to coach him, but they're going to have more one-on-one time while him being, being out there and being exposed.
Well, yeah. Because that's what practice is for. And like, what are we saying here? What I'm saying is like,
practice.
For me, Jimmy G, and then what's his name? Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
If you look at who's the better quarterback, right? You got Trey Lance right here. He's a rookie, so he's right here.
Yeah.
If I was going to put Jimmy G anywhere on top of him, it'll be right here.
Well, I would have to pit him a little bit higher because Trey only threw 300 balls. Know how to.
Let's look up the stat for how many completions Jimmy G had during that Super Bowl.
What I'm saying is Trey only had 300 snaps at quarter, like, you know what I mean, attempts
Right.
throwing the ball. Jimmy G has more experience throwing the ball.
How
You know,
much though?
so-
Because he
so
was
he got-
injured for forever before he actually
Well, I
started.
mean, it's going to be more because he was a 2-year starter in college, and then he played
Right.
in the league.
But then when he got to the
a
league,
bigger
how many
resume.
years did he play in the league? How much experience totality does Jimmy G really have? Let's look at that.
I would say
And
a lot
all-
more than Trey.
Okay, it's gonna be a lot more than Trey because he's been in the league longer.
Yeah.
But let's look at the totality of Jimmy G's career. How long was he injured before he became another starting quarterback again?
He get injured every year, so
All right,
he get injured every year.
and part of the reason why you see Jimmy G have some success in San Francisco is because there's hardly any tape on Jimmy G. Versus if I'm looking at tape on, let's say, my boy from Baltimore,
Jackson Lamar.
Lamar Jackson, he has way more tape probably
Yeah.
than Jimmy G has because Jimmy G spent a lot of his time on the sideline, fam, injured. So
and that coat, and that 49ers coat,
and that-
those coats are dope, by the way.
So I'm saying it's like, to me, if they wanted to have like a quarterback competition, which I don't think they're gonna do in
No,
San Francisco, I mean Trey Lance, may not win. I don't think he would win, but I think he'd give Jimmy G a run for his money.
Oh, absolutely.
Overall,
Oh, absolutely. And it might become a 50-50. And if it's a 50-50,
it ain't gonna
go
work.
with your Trey. Go with Trey.
If
If it's like
two
up in the
quarterback systems
air,
do not work in the NFL.
if it's up in the air, you need to go with the younger guy because that's basically what you're saying. Is like, all right, he's just as good as Jimmy G, maybe even
For
better.
another classic example, Justin Herbert and Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor battled injuries,
Yeah.
backup quarterback. Him and Jimmy G, kind of the same kind of quarterback. Jimmy G has a little bit more success because he made it to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
his running backs took him there.
Yeah.
That hellified defense that the 49ers had
Yeah.
took him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And then when you overthrow a wide open wide receiver down the field, which was just a simple lob pass going down the field,
Yeah.
you should just hit him right here. That's the difference, I think. Is in arguably, I don't think Jimmy G got enough chances to throw the ball to
So
actually
where
be a
do we
quarterback.
go?
And the problem is, Kansas City made him be a quarterback
Yeah.
instead of a guy just handing off the ball in the backfield because
Yeah,
they
that's-
stuffed that run.
That's one thing that Kansas City did do, which I still got hurt feelings about Kansas City last year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But let's move on to our final two quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Field
Yep.
and my man Mac Jones. Justin Field went 11 to the Bears.
Yep.
Mac Jones went 15 to the Patriots. Justin Field is the steal of the draft. He, in my opinion, he should have went number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a way that the Bears can fuck up this opportunity?
Absolutely. There's a way that the Jaguars could fuck up the opportunity with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Is I think so. The one question I have is Justin Fields a starter as soon as he is,
Are you going
Back-
okay? So
Like what?
let's take this. Let's take this because I'm
Here we
emotional.
go.
I'm emotional about this one.
okay.
You telling me that you drafted it up to take Justin Field to start Andy Dalton?
I think this
Like,
is
B. Andy Dalton, mediocre at best. This is the first look, and this is not only like I'm president. It's the first time the Chicago Bears ever drafted a black quarterback
this is true.
in the history. Chicago. I grew up in Chicago, born and bred. Chicago is a very segregated place. This is a big leap forward for them, for the organization. You know what I mean? Even though we known for Michael Jordan and all that stuff, Michael Jordan was a very socially responsible athlete. Derrick Rose he was emotionally responsible because it's his city, but the NFL is a different tier than the NBA. The NFL is the number one watch sports in the world. Besides soccer. Besides soccer.
Or football.
But I feel like Justin Fields has the opportunity to be what Patty Mahomes was to Kansas City, what unfortunately Deshaun Watson was to Houston. You know what I mean? What Aaron Rodgers was to Green Bay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And this, I feel like Justin Fields, he has the resume to say, okay, I'm a starter. I took my team to the national championship. He never won it, unfortunately. I won Big Ten titles.
Yeah.
I won, he got the accolades to do everything, to say, to justify, I am justifiably better than Andy Dalton. Now, if we was talking about him, he was in front of Aaron Rodgers, it's a different story.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's Andy Dalton.
I hope the Bears look at the lessons learned that the Baltimore Ravens have to learn.
Yes.
Where they typecast black quarterbacks to running from sideline to sideline and throwing the ball up down to the middle of the field to the same guy over and over again.
Yeah.
Now, I think...
even if you look at the Baltimore offense,
very one-dimensional.
That throwing game is really in the hash. In
between the hashes,
in
bro.
the hashes to tight ends.
Yep.
It's like they got a star wide receiver.
I know where you're going. Like, I know where the defense knows where you're going to go. If you're not going to run outside the pocket and try to get 20 yards to get that first down, or in beyond, or if you're not going to do a wide receiver screen to this side of the field or that side of the field, or a play action where you decide if you're going to run or hand it off, then it's like, bro, I'm pretty much got you in the box right now. Like,
yes. And once people got tape on him, his second year, Lamar Jackson kind of stunned. His growth was stunted. So I just hope that the Bears would formulate a better.
I think the thought process is, all right, we know this guy can run. We know he's very athletic. We know he can break boys' ankles, but let's not make that the main part of his game.
Yeah.
Let's get him to trust to stay in the pocket, to make those tough throws. You don't always need to run outside the pocket to try to get 30 yards if you got talented wide receivers. Baltimore doesn't have trash receivers. It's just that they never get thrown the ball to.
Yeah. And Hollywood Brown showed his frustration on Twitter last year.
You know what I mean? Me the ball.
They're going to lose a quality wide receiver.
If Hollywood Brown leaves, I bet he'll probably be a Patriot.
That'd be nasty. Let's go into that. Do you think Matt Jones is the heir apparent to Tom Brady? Will Bill Belichick and Mr. Kraft get the same or kind of almost the same amount of productivity as they did TB?
No, absolutely not. Tom Brady is a walking, living, playing legend.
Tom Brady. Let's talk how rare he is. He's the only person who get picked at the bottom of the draft. And I'm talking about then when it was 8 rounds, the bottom of the draft, and became a living GOAT.
Literally.
A living GOAT.
A living GOAT.
No one can do. I don't think no one can do that. And I feel like if they would have kept Tom Brady, they probably would have won the Super Bowl last year. That's just in my opinion.
TB was ready to go.
He wasn't BSing. But he was ready to go.
He was ready to go the year before that, or the year before that.
I think Belichick burned that bridge.
Oh, he definitely
He
did.
burned that bridge.
You know,
TB always say he still love Robert Kraft and the Kraft family. But Belichick just burned that bridge. You know, sometimes you gotta let your ego go.
Yeah.
You gotta realize that, hey, the players.
he's not going
is
to let
the
it go,
players.
though. Bill Belichick has to prove that he can win the Super Bowl without Tom Brady. But Tom Brady proved last year that, I'm the reason why you won all those Super Bowls. And you know, of course, I take a couple Super Bowls away because they a little cheating going on. But, as they say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. It is what it is. But, but the totality of Tom Brady's career, he's an instant Hall of Famer. I think he should be one of the only players that as soon as he retires, he gets a gold jacket. I'm going to be completely real with you because there's never going to be another player, I think, not even Pat Mahomes, that's going to have the career or the accolades that Tom Brady's at. There's not going to be another team like the Patriots, I don't think, that can come in and just produce Super Bowl wins. I mean, you got Steelers who have their run. The 49ers, I think, are still the most winning.
The Cowboys who had their run.
The Cowboys who had their run, but I mean, they still trash.
Well, I mean, let's take into consideration the Cowboys won back to back in 2 different generations, and the Colts won one. But anyway, that's fine. Since we're talking about the Cowboys, this is not going to be draft related, but it still is. You got your starting quarterback back. Mm-hmm. They finally paid him. They did, man. They did.
But is it too late? I don't know.
So here's the thing about
Dallas is supposed to be.
Here's the thing about my Cowboys. Man, here's the thing about my Cowboys. Mm-hmm. The Cowboys are super talented. Cowboys on paper should be a Super Bowl contender.
Defense fucking died the last year. Their defense died. They spent all that money on their defense, and their defense was horrendously bad.
But see, look, they get to that. They focusing on that. They drafted Mikael Parsons.
Okay.
Super linebacker, super jack dude. He remind me of Jalen Smith. Mm-hmm. He's super fast, super buff. All this stuff like that. The linebacker that you want. My thing is like, I don't think Mike McCarthy is going to. He needed Aaron Rodgers to win a Super Bowl. Like, I mean, to be honest, Mike McCarthy, I feel like he's the reason that Aaron Rodgers don't have multiple rings.
I'm gonna say this. If we're gonna switch over to Green Bay,
no, I'm not switching over to Green Bay.
No, I'm just saying because I gotta talk about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, I'm unhappy in Green Bay. This, that, and the other. If Aaron Rodgers was really unhappy with the state of Green Bay, he wouldn't even entertain any kind of contract bonuses or increases like they talking about right now. Mm-hmm. Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to win another Super Bowl.
You don't think so?
No, because if you were that upset, right? If you are that upset about the state of that team and what's it going to do, Green Bay's not going to turn it around in a year and win the Super Bowl. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl this upcoming season. I honestly think the Buccaneers going to stomp them the fuck out like they did this past year. I think
they're contenders though.
They're always contenders though.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, the Colts were always contenders. We always are either right up on the playoffs or we make it in the first round and leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, let's look at the totality of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is a super talented quarterback, Hall of Fame quarterback. Not arguing that. I'm not saying that Aaron Rodgers isn't a good quarterback. I'm not saying that he doesn't have the talent to win a Super Bowl in Green Bay. I'm just saying he's not going to see another Super Bowl in Green Bay. I don't think he is. So but for the mere fact, now you got Tom Brady in your conference. If we look at that NFC conference, right?
Yeah.
Right. You got Green Bay. You got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Mm-hmm. Are the Seahawks in there?
Yep.
The Seahawks and there's one more team. I can't remember the other team.
So, really, to be honest with you, the focal point of the NFC is Tom Brady, Seahawks, and you see how I say Buccaneers, Tom Brady, the Seahawks, in Green Bay.
In Green Bay.
That's the three that really has a chance to actually win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Now you got second tier teams, like let's say, for instance, the NFC East. I don't know. I mean, the Cowboys. I would hope the Cowboys.
I think the NFC East is like all those teams had like they were the worst division in all of NFL.
That's what I'm saying. So
I like the Cowboys. Those things I don't like the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys, but for me and Tony Romo, did Tony Romo in the Super Bowl?
No, Tony Romo only won one playoff game.
Okay, so you got a team that's supposed to be America's team. The only reason why people call it America's team because it's in Dallas, punk ass Texas, right? And everything's better in Texas, right? So you look at the Dallas Cowboys. They're supposed to be America's team.
Yeah.
What have they done? What have they done?
So,
nothing.
So here.
The NFL is a what have you done for me lately league.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
so
is.
if I'm looking at Dallas, I even look at the Colts. What have the Colts done for me? Nothing. But giving me heartache and disappointment. That's what the Colts are giving me. I love the Colts. I'll be a Colts fan until I leave this earth. Right? But I understand about where my Colts are right now. They're in a little bit of better position than they have been in a long time. Only thing I care about them this year is having a winning record. Let's continue to win.
So let's say this. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you think Kwity Paye will make a difference on that defense?
I think he'll make the difference because he'll be another guy that a quarterback would have to worry about.
Yeah.
I think people will still be worried about DeForest Buckner by default.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, they know what Kwity Paye can do.
Yeah.
But if he comes in like a wrecking ball, you know what I'm saying, and start really like making a name for himself, like day one, if he's really like that dude, that guy, can really do that, you know what I'm saying? Then he'll be something to worry about. Like we got one of the best offensive linemen in the league here, Quentin Nelson.
Yeah.
So I mean,
do.
and you have defenses planning for just him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he's like that boy's good.
I mean, that whole left side.
That whole left side is amazing.
When you have 2,000 backs, not 2,000 backs. They both had 1,000 yards apiece.
Yeah.
I think Taylor was a surprise because I mean I knew he was gonna do good.
That boy was good.
He was really good at Wisconsin, but I was surprised like how good it was because for a running back, the holes in college is open for a long time, but in the NFL it fill up quick. So he was good at hitting that hose downhill, 10 yards in cloud dust type of runner, and I like that about him. And then you got Mac. Mac, he has a problem with staying on the field, so we'll see what happens with that. But I do feel like Carson Wentz can be the Carson Wentz of old behind that line.
We'll see what he.
I hope so.
We'll see. I think they're in the position of where when they did make the trades or whatever they're doing, they're in a better position if they just let him go if they needed to.
Yeah.
But if we go back to like where Dallas is now, it's Dallas is if your boy comes back and plays good, which I have no doubt that he's going to play well because he's a quality quarterback.
Yeah.
I think he would play better if he was on another team, though, quite honestly, because at the end of the day, who's the owner of Dallas?
Jerry.
Jerry had a hard time trusting a black quarterback to lead that team. And as much as he says that my hand doesn't get tired writing checks, he had a hard time writing a check for that black man to lead America's team. That's what I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have a choice in letting him start when Tony Romo got injured,
Yeah.
right? And they probably weren't expecting that he was going to pop off
Like that.
the way he did. So now you're in a position of, ooh, we actually got to pay this black man. Blase, blah. And you know, it's not all about race, but that's some of it probably.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I think he was worth that $160 million contract just because of the fact that I think he played either at that level or above it. People, you look at him statistically, he was the best statistical quarterback
Well,
before that injury.
Here's the thing about Dak, right? I don't think it's a race issue. I think the second contract of your career is supposed to be what you deserve for the previous for your rookie, for how you performed the last 4 years. And the second contract of the year of your career is usually the biggest contract. And I don't blame Dak for wanting to get the most out of that, because when you put your
He
body
threw for
through
over
that,
5,000 yards, I think.
exactly. When you, like quarterbacks, the quarterback position is probably one of the most dangerous position in sports, because when you could get hit by a 300-pound dude blindside, that's like getting hit by a car. Well, a small car, but
I don't know. Some quarterbacks might argue like, hell no, that's a Mack truck. You know what I mean?
But you know what I mean. But I do think it's a stigma behind, you know.
I think there's definitely still a
a
stigma.
black man running America's team.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
why I say it's kind of a race issue. Jerry Jones, he might not be racist at all.
Yeah.
But you know, you still got his team around him. It's like anybody on any other team probably would have paid that man faster and gave him what he wanted.
If let's say,
if you
for
look,
instance,
you look at
if he was
Kansas,
on the Colts would have shored him up right off the bat.
I think they would have paid him. Honestly.
They would have shored him up. They would have. You here for like at least 10 years, just like they did Peyton,
Just like they did.
just like they did Luck.
If you look at Patrick Mahomes, right, in Kansas City, they hurry up. After he won that Super Bowl, he wants you for 10 years. He said, here's this almost this $1 billion contract.
Yeah. And that's why I didn't understand the Deshaun Watson.
And here's the other reason why. As soon as Patrick Mahomes got paid, the amount of money he did, that changed quarterback salaries forever in the NFL.
Yeah.
So now if you franchise tag somebody, a quarterback, right? And they look at the average, they take the top 3 paid quarterbacks in the league, and you get paid the average of that.
Yeah.
That changed that money.
Yes, and they set the precedent for Dak to get paid.
Yeah. And so I think the Cowboys have a good potential to have a good season. They got one of the best wide receiving cores in the league. I mean,
So let me ask you a question. Out of all the teams, who are you most looking for? Who will most interest you this year? You know, as far as them making a jump to either a playoff team
or to see them who will play well.
Yeah,
this year. Obviously, the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
I want to see what Green Bay is going to do. I want to see if the Steelers bounce back.
Yeah.
I knew that fucking season was a lie. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
You know, and they draft a running back that I really like in Najee Harris from Alabama.
Which shows you they want to get back to that tough running,
the steel curtain.
you know, long passing kind of offense that they're kind of known for, like that real gritty style, you know, blue collar offense.
I just feel like Ben Roethlisberger being on that team hinders them. He should have retired. He should have went out gracefully. He did a serviceable job for them. You know, nobody expected him to win those Super Bowls and be this good. But I really don't feel like he's the quarterback. And then they got Haskins. Haskins is a backup quarterback at best. He was one of my favorite quarterbacks at OU. Ohio State, though. But I don't know. I feel like they could potentially get a better quarterback than that. To be honest with you, like I don't feel like.
I think a lot of teams nowadays are stingy with their money though, and stingy with that salary cap because of, you know, You don't want to like take the Chargers. I mean, not the Chargers, but the Rams. Like they paid Goff all that money, bro.
Yeah.
All that money, and Goff had a fantastic year that year. But then, like, he went from here
To there.
to like this, and then they made that trade with Detroit. And he got the same quarterback. If you ask me, he got the same guy. Imagine going from living in LA, right, and having to go to Detroit. Detroit.
No offense for the people in Detroit, but
Look, I'm just saying. I'm going from the sunny beaches of LA,
we're all beautiful women.
where you know it's LA.
It's LA.
It's a place
LA.
to be. To Detroit.
That's a sobering thought process. That's a sobering thought process.
To Detroit. Look at it, Motor City, Great Lakes. You know what I'm saying? But like, haven't been good for a very long time. That team, the Detroit Lions.
It
Has not been very good.
It's another team who never won a Super Bowl.
You know what I mean? And so
you know one team that that strikes me. It's actually two. It's the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Cardinals, you know, they had a really good season. There was a lot of synergy between Haskins and Murray.
I think they're just a few pieces away from being real contenders. The Cardinals.
Yeah.
So,
and then another team that strikes me is actually the Raiders. The Raiders.
I like that tight end they got.
They got a nice tight end. They got a nice running back. They got a stout defense. I ain't gonna lie, Carr is not the quarterback. He's just not. You got enough years to answer that question. He's not. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I thought they was gonna trade for Russell. I thought they was gonna try to put their hat in for Aaron Rodgers, but I don't know. I mean, I want to see what they gonna do because they were, I think they were at 8-18 if I'm not mistaken. I might be mistaken on that.
But some record that was forgettable.
Yeah. But they had really great moments. They beat really good teams. They beat Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like,
but I feel like with every great team, you get those games. Like even the Patriots when they lose to the Dolphins.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, they lost that one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like overall, it's like, is that a better team than like the Patriots or like the Buccaneers? No. It's like if the Buccaneers come in 11-0 and the Dolphins beat them, the Dolphins are fucking 6-8. Oh my gosh. It's an upset. It's an upset. You know that like an upset. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's just like they ain't finna do nothing after that. They finna lose again next week.
Yeah,
to the Jets or something. So like now we done looking at quarterbacks now. So now we look at like some of the defensive boys like Quinny Pay going to the Indianapolis Colts. Yeah. And then other defensive moves. Yep. That we see around the league. We seeing teams that want to shore up that secondary.
Yeah, the Broncos
get those edge rushers out.
The Broncos actually got lineage. They draft lineage. Patrick Surtain II. Patrick Surtain Senior. He played for the Broncos for I think about 8 years. They won a championship with him.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see.
The Broncos is always one of those teams
they're just missing a quarterback
that you gotta watch out for, because literally they know that they can build a team to get them to a Super Bowl. Yeah. Right? Yeah. I honestly think they may be to be like a real contender. I think they just a quarterback away. Honestly. I think that a lot of people forget about the Broncos, about Denver, and I think that they're one of those teams that can like slither in during playoff time and start beating teams and.
Well, I want to see what a healthy Odell Beckham and Baker do. I like that. I don't know why I like Baker Mayfield like that, because he remind me of not Jimmy G, but he remind me of Manziel. And I really liked Manziel when he was in college. You know what I mean? He was he was entertaining, and of course I like the commercials that my man's be in, but can he get the Browns to a playoff? They had a playoff win last year, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to see how far he can
I
take
think because they played Kansas City, and then Kansas City beat them, and by second string quarterback who ran the ball like 12 yards to get a first down and to seal the victory. Almost get a first down.
Yeah.
Then you zone out one of the best wide receivers in the league, and Tyreek Hill, one of the fastest at least. And all he does is a boop catch, first down, game over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I also think that the Browns have a good defense still. I think Odell is sometimes too much of a diva sometimes for me.
Odell,
I don't doubt his talent at all. I know he is extremely talented.
Yeah.
But I mean, if we do some research, right, we look at his statistics as he's been on the Browns. You know, how comparable is that to some of the other number one wide receivers that you have in the league? Now we could argue that first year that he was there with that new coach, Freddie Kitchens, that didn't work out. You know, you got team morale issues and synergy and all that kind of stuff, team chemistry and all that. But like,
I think the first year he didn't really buy into the Browns.
I don't think he did.
He didn't want to go from the Giants to the Browns. He was hoping to maybe go to a Patriot team when they had TV or to Green Bay.
But now there's so many talented wide receivers in the league. I'm just kind of like, all right, Odell, you good. You're a good player. You're a good wide receiver. It's too early in your career to say if he's a Hall of Fame wide receiver. I think some might say we throw the Hall of Fame thing around so easily down the NFL.
Yeah,
we do. Oh, Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame this, Hall of Fame that.
I feel like right now he's on the same level as a Terrell Owens or Chad Ochocinco. He had a couple of great years.
That's actually very comparable. I would agree with that.
But is he really a Hall of Fame? Is he a game?
Is Chad Ochocinco a Hall of Famer?
No.
Is Terrell Owens a Hall of Famer?
No.
I don't think they are. I mean, these are just really talented guys.
Yeah.
I think they're a Charles Barkley of the league.
Yeah. Charles Barkley is a Hall of Fame.
He is. Probably should be, though. That's just me.
But
not a fan of Charles Barkley. I'm sorry.
We love you, Chuck. But as we wrap this up, man, we just want to
Shaq Diesel, baby.
we want to thank y'all for all the love and support. We love doing this. We love making content for you guys. Just continue to like, subscribe, support. Really subscribe. Click that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, so when we drop hot stuff, it's right at your feet. All right,
you're the first to see it. And always, thank you. Sincerely, your brother, RJ, JQ, and we out.
Peace, guys.